Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. This is Anvil Prime here. Want to do a video. There are several out there on YouTube, but want to do kind of my own video on the burn time and kind of the output for some of these Dollar Tree candles that you have. So far, I'm a big, alternative lighting solution. Whenever the light goes out, whether that's in the wintertime, about 4:30 where I'm from, to about 6 o'clock, you're really, you're dead in the water in terms of being able to cook after dark, really see, do anything of productivity after dark. So lighting is going to be a big part of my preparedness solution. So just kind of wanted to show you guys what I've come up with and seen and tested with some of the candles in alternative lighting. Initially, I started with several hundred of these 10-inch tapered candles and did a burn test on them. Came up with about 10 hours, so maybe a little bit less, 9:45, something like that. So about 10 hours out of a 10-inch tapered burn candle. Then I came across some videos on YouTube with about these Dollar Tree dollar candles in the glass, which I like a lot more. This is one left over from a burn test I'll talk about in just a second. I do love the glass. They're a little bit easier to set down. They're a little bit more stable versus having to have a candle holder on this narrow base down there to move the candle around, and also you come in danger of losing your flame as well. So I'm really attracted to those. The first one I picked up was actually at Dollar General nearby where I live, and this is actually one of the Dollar General. They may even be the same brand. Can't hardly see there, but close. They're probably imported from China. But one of the things after I did my burn test to go back and get these couple that I'm showing here is the porosity of the actual candle itself. And I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but within the Dollar Tree I stopped at yesterday, there were several bubbles just spotted throughout the candle, on all around. So the wax or the paraffin was not really poured well, or it cured inconsistency, and I was really worried about, as the flame melted down, that's what gives you the longevity of the flame, is it's actually burning the paraffin or the wax instead of the wick. So I was worried quite a bit about some of these the porosity. So I picked these up I went back to Dollar General. These are actually $1.50, and there you go. You can kind of see the little bubble right there. That's about the biggest bubble I could find in the couple or the dozen or so that were on the rack. I'm okay with that, as the wax is going to melt down. It's going to absorb that air pocket and turn it into the liquid paraffin, which the wick burns. But again, the Dollar Tree ones are just so much more porous, had so many more bubbles in them. So just be careful as you're picking those out. Be very choosy in those as you purchase these $1.50 candles. There was a video. I forget the author of the video. Talked about I think he had 40 and several candles. Again, I've got several hundred of the 10-inch. Only have done 3 of these, but the burn time, continuous burn time on this Dollar General $1.50 candle in the glass tube was about 75 hours. I could not get 80 out of it, but 75 actually measured and clocked the time. It burned for 3 continuous days. 24-hour periods from 10 p.m. is when my starting point was. Burned all night, all throughout the day, and finally puffed out on me just for a little bit. Now, I say I got 75 out of mine. The 2 candles that I bought right there, you can kind of see one is a little bit more filled than the other, so you might be able to get a few more hours out of this right candle over the left candle. But 75 was the maximum amount of time I could really get until it extinguished itself on that. So again, talked about 10-hour burn time on a 10-inch candle. Talked about roughly 75 hours on these dollar candles here. Again, that's not really bad. But one of the things that I'm still considering in bringing into the picture, when I kind of did some research, and you can tell if you do some burn tests of your own about the output of candles over other light sources, and still one of my favorites is to kind of bring into the picture here is just this kerosene lamp here. This is just a Walmart lamp. I've got several other brands, but it's got about a 16-ounce base here at the container. Comes with a wick and the chimney. It's ready to go. It's an adjustable, has the turn dial there, so you can adjust the wick up and trim it a little bit as you need to. So in the output, though, from some of the research I've done, a candle flame only puts out about 13 lumens. which is okay. It'll help you from stumping your toe over something in the dark, but is not a lot of light output if you're cooking in the dark or preparing or doing really anything else with just one candle. 13 lumens is not that much at all. So if you're going to use candles, you'll need, I actually did a dark room, bedroom light up, and I needed about 8 candles burning at the same time to actually see kind of what I was doing. Functionally, I could probably have read some things in the bedroom with my candle test, but about anywhere from 6 to 8 candles is probably a functional output with 13 lumens. On the other hand, an oil lamp with a standard 3/4 inch wick will actually put out about 37 lumens for each oil lamp that you have. And again, I've got several of the oil lamps in my lights out emergency kit as well as the candles, but I'm really kind of leaning toward the oil lamp as a longer term replenishable high output light over the candles. Again, once you use these up, there's not a lot of use for them I can think of, unless you maybe take your 10-inch candle, drop a little wax in the bottom, and let it hold your 10-inch tapered candles. But anyway, I thought that was real, just something that some of the other videos had overlooked, was the light output as well as the quality of the candles with some of the bubbling and the manufacturing in there. Again, they're from China. They're $1. Don't expect a whole lot out of that, but was real impressed with the glass and the ease of use and handling the vase and moving it around. It really is an alternative to these standard 10-inch candles that I have, but still love the oil lamp, and continue to buy additional kerosene and oil. Oil for the base to burn it really clean. But anyway, that's all. This is Anvil Prime. I appreciate you joining in and appreciate all the subscribers that we've got so far. Be glad to respond to your comments, and again, appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot.